for spring training. Who cares? He made 2 starts in the Cactus League and did nothing. And I know it's the A's, so let's not go crazy, but they did face him twice in a span of 7 days, and it was more than good. I mean, he pitched a tremendous game. Yes, he was perfect through 6 innings. He got out of the 7th inning and retired 19 in a row before he gave up a base runner. Dominating stuff. He's hit 3 home runs already, hit one off Kluber of all people. He's done a tremendous job. So we give Ohtani credit. The Angels, everybody said he was going to be great, and it's early. It's only a week into the season. You know, the A's are not exactly the 27 Yankees, so we get that. But a great performance by Ohtani, and he might be the real deal. A guy who hits home runs the first week of the year and also goes out there and pitches a big game, that tells you something. So that's a good start, good deal for Ohtani. I can't take the Red Sox that seriously right now because they have won 8 of their first 9. They have won the games against Tampa and Miami. So I got to be careful of going crazy as far as the Red Sox are concerned. The Astros are different. The Astros are a big-time team. They are different. The Mets we mentioned. Pittsburgh off to a good start, too. Arizona's playing well. I'm most surprised by the Diamondbacks, who have won 7 of their first 9 against the Dodgers, Rockies, and Cardinals. They've done a nice job. Terrible job by the umpires. They did not know the rule. Buck protested the game. Friday night, 6th inning, tight game, Orioles and the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. The Orioles got the Yankees in a rundown, and they got it was one of those 2 guys at third base at the same time deal with Stanton. There was a play at the plate. Stanton hesitated, went back to third. Well, they tagged both runners and only called one of them out, yet Stanton went way past the bag down the left field line. And once you do that and not stop, then Sanchez gets called out automatically because he overruns the base runner. And Buck knew that, went to the umpires, asked them to check, and the 4 umpires, led by the imitable Jerry Meals, the same guy who blew the call there years ago at the Pittsburgh-Atlanta game at the plate, if you remember that famous one in the extra innings. Meals did not know the rule. So I got 4 umpires. I know it's cold, and they want to go home and have their hot soup and head back to the Hyatt and call it a night at Yankee Stadium. But I mean, my God, you mean to tell me they got 4 umpires in that scenario in a game in April where they should be sharp, that they don't know the rule when the guy runs past the bag at third base down the line and 2 guys are in the bag and he tags both out and they don't know the rule? Buck protested. They called Sanchez safe. Buck protested. As it turns out, the Orioles won a game. He lost the game. The MLB would have had to uphold the protest because you would have had to go back to the bottom of the 6th inning. How do you not do that? Change the whole game. And I'm flabbergasted. And if somebody doesn't get reprimanded for that, that's a disgrace. Baseball should be ashamed. They got 4 umpires there who don't know the rule on a play at third base. Think about that for a minute. How do you not know the rule? And Buck did. I wanted to bring that up today. That was important. All right, that's the last baseball thing. 2 things I want to get to. One, I watched the Paterno movie on Saturday night, and I don't care what the criticism was. The movie was a good movie. All right, the movie to me, I know all the information. Everybody knows the information and the horrendous thing with Sandusky and the culpability of Penn State and everything else. We all know that. We're not going to relive that here. To me, the interesting part of the movie was the family dynamic. That was the most interesting part of the movie to me, was the wife, the 2 brothers, Jay Paterno, Scotty Paterno, and the daughter. And, of course, Joe Pa, played by Pacino. And to me, they hit that. To me, they hit that. And that's what I thought was most interesting. You know, how Levinson and how Pacino was going to portray Paterno in the last couple of months of his life, knowing he's got a monster on his had a monster on his staff with the kids. And Joe obviously overlooked it for a long period of time. I don't think Joe ever could imagine anybody doing that. He was so wrapped up in football and, reading the classics from Brown University. He didn't think about something as basic as that. But I think they did a very good job of giving you and they also gave you a little good job on Riley Keough, who played the reporter. That's Elvis Presley's granddaughter, by the way, who played the reporter. Did a good job with Sarah, too, the Patriot Ledger reporter there in Harrisburg. But to me, the interesting part of the movie was Paterno and the whole Joe Pa thing. So I thought they succeeded there, and I enjoyed that. Now, the movie I did see over the weekend that I absolutely loved, which to me is a no-brainer, and And if you don't know that much about the story, you need to go see it. And from what I read after the movie, everything is pretty much spot on. Go see Chappaquiddick. 69 Martha's Vineyard. Go see Chappaquiddick. Mary Jo Kopechne in that car there in 6 feet of water. 12:30 at night. Teddy Kennedy swimming ashore, going back to his hotel and not notifying police until after he had brunch on Saturday morning. You know what? There might be a person in that car. Go see that movie. Go see that movie. You could talk about anybody. You could talk about Nixon until the cows come home. Everybody likes to pound Nixon left and right, and rightfully so. He got impeached. You know, he was a bad. You know, nobody's praising Nixon. I get that. Everybody know. We had to get that. You know, Kennedy was elected 7 times by the state of Massachusetts after Chappaquiddick. 7 times. It was in the landing on the moon, and I was on Martha's Vineyard at the time because I saw the landing on the moon in Martha's Vineyard. It was in Oak Bluffs. My grandfather had remarried, and the lady that he remarried was a widow from the 50s, and she had a house, and we used to go up there all the time for the summertime. And my my grandfather and my step-grandmother, so to speak, and my father used to hate the Kennedys. Hate the Kennedys. Couldn't stand them. Aristocracy, wealth, buying office, all those things. And I used to take I was 10, but this is what I heard. And I used to bring up Chappaquiddick all the time. And I knew something about Chappaquiddick, but it wasn't like I researched it. Now I know what they meant. Now I know what they meant. What they did to that poor girl to make sure he stayed elected was a disgrace. And did you know that the Kennedys tried to stop this movie from being made? Try to stop this movie from being made. That's a must-see. 22 after the hour, your calls. We continue. Mad Dog.